Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. It's Jennifer Mastery. I just wanted to do a YouTube video today on dreams because I know that's coming up more than ever lately, and for me and for everyone else. So let's talk about dreams. First of all, I know I like to lay down before I go to bed, just get into my heart center, relax. I like to tell my higher self that, at this point in time, I want to enter dream state. But at the same time, I would like my mind to just relax. I don't want it to be on overload as I enter dream state. I want it just to become comfortable. I like to do a little breathing. Sometimes if I can't enter dream state, I also ask my highest self that, I would like to remember any specifics after when I wake up, any information that has to come through. Please make sure, when I wake up, I can write it down, have a little pad handy, write information down that came through with this dream. I also ask that I be on my highest timeline at the time before bed. And I kind of just close my eyes and just relax and just let, myself just expand my consciousness out and just relax and just let that happen. So while we're in dream state, a lot of people think that our soul is present. It is not. It actually leaves through the heart center. It goes and does what it has to do, whether it's doing work, or maybe it's just, getting recharged. It is not there. Okay. So during dream state is where we go into all different realities. We can be in 5D and up. And this is where we make our connections with whomever. Maybe we're meeting with our team. Maybe we're meeting with the galactics. Maybe we're clearing timelines. Maybe we're just working through things. And at times, maybe, our soul's just relaxing, like getting that recharge. Like I said, we lie down and close our eyes and get that 8-hour recharge. Well, guess what? Your soul has to get that recharge too. Just remember that the body is the vessel. Okay. The body is the tent, the vessel, whatever you want to call it. And in order for it to work, it needs that soul to come in and to be the battery operating it, right? It has to be that battery coming in the back, recharging and, and bringing us forward. So at times, I don't know about you, but not often, maybe once in a while, I'll wake up. I will feel a little imbalanced and my soul is not fully back in my body yet. So I like to rest. It doesn't happen often, but sometimes it does. Another thing is I've heard of people waking up all of a sudden, like feeling like they're paralyzed, they can't move, they can open their eyes, and they're seeing what's going on around them, and they're thinking, oh my goodness, maybe I'm getting attacked by an entity. This is not true, okay? This is not happening. Entities are in third dimension. Let's just remember that, okay? So this is not happening. This is basically your soul hasn't entered through the heart center back into your body again. So in order for it to come back, and sometimes it can be like a roller coaster ride, like you'll feel like your stomach dropping. That's also a hard landing, for the soul back into the body. So we must consider that this is all happening on a soul level. Okay, so let's get back to dream state. We're entering dream state. You're just letting your mind go to rest. You're letting your body go to rest. And for me, sometimes I will have dreams. Like the other night, I had a dream where I don't know, I was in a laboratory, I believe, something strange of that, essence. And I remember these people. Now, some of them were regular people and other ones were like, they had this monster feeling, I'm not really sure because like I said, it's a dream. Sometimes you cannot really connect, but it really felt real. And they wanted to give me this injection of this blue stuff in a syringe. I have no idea what it was, but all I knew is this is not happening. I'm not getting an injection. you're getting the injection. So what happened was, I'm in my physical body, I'm fighting all these people. And the greatest thing of all is, you know how when you're in a dream, you feel like you're slowed down, you can't move. Oh boy, I was moving, I was fighting, I was doing it all. So long story short, in the dream, I wound up giving them the blue serum, injecting it in their neck, and boom, they just like go into thin air. Have you ever seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where all of a sudden she puts like the wooden piece, the wooden stake into the heart, and they just go. Well, that's how my experience was in this dream. They just went into thin air like dust. I'm like, oh wow. So obviously I don't want this to happen to me. This is happening to them. So what was happening here? I was clearing a timeline. Okay, I was clearing an Armageddon timeline, and that's what was happening for me. So that's one timeline. Okay, and another dream, I remember being in this beautiful house, and it was very relevant. It felt very like the times of now. It didn't feel like 10 years ago, 20 years ago. It felt very relevant. I was in this house with this woman. She was my lover at the time, and she was telling me something. I don't even remember what it was, but this was another timeline. So this is me in another reality, okay, with a woman, because you have to remember, in every reality, okay, that we're going through, there are different forms of us, okay? There are different timelines of us. So I currently, I'm with my husband, but this is another timeline of me with a woman, okay? So this is how it works. So this is like a parallel reality that is being merged into this reality, because all these timelines are being merged. So this is happening during my sleep state. So you can see I'm doing a lot of work. Another thing that happened is I had this other dream where there was this intruder that came into my house, and I'm sitting here and I'm talking to him and telling him, talking to him, and my talking is working to get him obviously out of my house, and calm him down, and bring him back to reality, and he doesn't have to hurt the family and so forth. So and at one point in time, it changes so quickly to something else. Like it changes so quickly to him holding maybe a gun or something, to him holding like a water pistol or something like that. It just changed so rapidly, the dream. It went from one extreme to the next. So what is that? Of course, that's a timeline, or it's something that is closing out in your field. And also, it could be on 5D, 60, 70, 80, 90, whatever. It can be in one of these dimensions. And what happens is sometimes when we're dreaming and we're in dream state, our mind is trying to take all these things that we've learned so far. So think of your mind as this big cloud, okay? And it has all these little things in it. Maybe it's, I'm just being fictitious here. It has a file cabinet, it has a car, it has everything we've learned in this cloud, okay? It's hanging out in this cloud. And now your mind has to take everything you've learned in this cloud and bring it back into your dream state and try and refine it and try and make sense of it. But some of these things, okay, in fifth dimension, sixth dimension, seventh dimension up, our mind has never seen yet. So how can you make sense of it if our mind has never seen it, right? So it has to take what it knows as this big cloud and put it into the dream. So that's why it gets conjumbled. That's why it gets weird. And that's why sometimes the dreams do not make sense, okay? So my advice to you is, when you wake up, if you want to write it down, okay, fine. But just leave it at there. Just leave it. We do not need to pull it apart. We do not need to sit there and to think about it and to say, oh, what was this? What was that? What was that? Most likely it is timelines. It is you doing your soul work. It is you sitting there doing what you said, what you were scheduled to do. I'm sorry, not scheduled to do, forgive me. It is what you were contracted to do in your soul agreement, okay? We all do not know what we are contracted in our soul agreement. Some of us know, most of us do not know. So in your soul agreement, maybe you're sitting there and you're working with the galactics. Maybe you're sitting there and working in the Akashic records. I don't know. But just remember, in your soul agreement, every one of us signed up to do something. So whether it be a timeline that's, merging, whether it be times, like I just said, clearing. I mean, I've had dreams also in the past, not recently, in the past, of me standing in my den holding my daughter, and all of a sudden I'm seeing through the window big brushes of water coming, like it would look like a tsunami. Okay, I am clearing times of Armageddon. Okay, I'm also clearing times where in past lives that I've experienced maybe a typhoon, maybe I've experienced water, drowning. I don't know, but you're clearing things on multiple levels. So this is why we are not to get into the dreams. Okay, you're just supposed to just say, okay, that was interesting, great, I'll take more of that. Okay, and leave it where it is, in the dream state. We don't have to pull it apart. I know, as humans, we like to pull things apart. We like to think about things. We like to sit there and we like to mull over things. We don't need to do that. If you look at my other video that I just posted the other day about anxiety, it talks about our thoughts and how we, like to just sit here and mull and mull and mull. We don't do that anymore. We don't pull things apart. We don't sit there and make things out to be bigger than they are. Okay, we leave it where it is. So thank you for watching. And just remember, when you're in dream state, maybe you wake up, okay, maybe you want to write down that thought or whatever's that little download on a piece of paper next to your bed or whatever you have. But we don't want to get into the story. We don't want to sit there, and we don't want to pull it apart, because that's not where we need to be. All right, well, thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day. Whatever you do, please subscribe, because my videos do not reach as many people as I would like them to. I know that, my viewers, I really appreciate you, love you, but we need to get it out to more people so they can understand and do their work better and live their lives a little bit more without in worry. So thank you so much. Love you.